Hey everyone, welcome back to the Confident Retirement Podcast brought to you by LPF Advisors. Our goal here is to break down important financial topics to help you make smart decisions about your money. I'm your host, Kris Flammang here as always, and I have my sidekick. He's a certified financial professional. Is that what a CFP stands for?
It sure
Yes.
is.
Collin, what's up, Collin?
What's going on? Thanks for having me again.
Yes, we're right across the hall from each other, but we're giving the appearance that we're in different places. So today we're going to dive into the basics of Social Security and some key considerations that we think you need to know. So Collin, let's start at the most basic level. What is Social Security and how does it work?
Yeah, absolutely. So Social Security is a federal program that provides retirement, disability, and survivor benefits. So you and your employer both contribute to it through payroll taxes and during those working years. Once you reach retirement age, you can start drawing on it as a monthly benefit. So the amount you get depends on your lifetime earnings when you choose to start those benefits and potentially your spouse's earnings if you're married. So
Okay.
the goal is to provide some income security during retirement, but when to file can have a huge impact on how you receive that income over time.
Yep, those are questions and puzzles that we help clients with all the time on when to claim based on their earnings and whether they're married or not, what age they are, and their financial situation. So, just at a basic level, when can you start collecting traditional Social Security? We're not talking about disability here or survivor. When can you start with just normal Social Security benefits?
Yeah, so the traditional Social Security benefit, you can start taking that as early as age 62. However, if you file that early, your monthly benefit will be permanently reduced. Your full retirement age or FRA is between 66 and 67, depending on your birth year. And that's when you can claim 100% of your benefit. So if you delay beyond your FRA, your benefit increases further until you max out at age 70, and it increases to the tune of 8% each year that you delay after that FRA.
Okay.
So the longer you wait to claim, the larger your monthly payments will be, but the decision of when to file we have to consider many factors.
Yeah. So, just to kind of summarize that, 62 is the earliest, 70 is the longest you should wait. It doesn't go up anymore after 70. Everybody has a full retirement age depending on the year they were born. And delaying it anytime after 62, delaying filing is going to increase your benefit a pretty substantial amount depending on how long you wait.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm glad you brought up that stuff about the factors that go into when you should claim and picking that. So what are some key things that people need to consider when they're making the decision to file for their benefit?
Yeah, I would say one of the most important is longevity and health. So if you're in good health and expect to live longer than average, delaying Social Security could be worth it. The extra money that you get from waiting can make a huge difference over time. But on the flip side, if you have health issues or a shorter life expectancy, starting earlier might help you make the most of your benefits. The second one I would say is income needs. So if you're retired and you need income to cover your living expenses, claiming earlier might be necessary. However, if you're still working or have other sources of income, delaying Social Security might allow you to maximize your benefit in the long run. Another thing to consider is spousal benefits. So for married couples, coordinating when each spouse files can maximize the overall benefits. One spouse can claim benefits based on the other's earnings. So you may want to strategically delay the higher earners' benefits for the possibility of having a higher benefit down the road.
Yeah, for the survivor. Yeah.
Yep.
So it isn't always a case of the spouses claiming at the same age or at the same time. There's a lot of factors that go into that on the age things and which the higher earners to consider when you're talking about it. We often have one spouse claiming at a different time and delaying the other one.
Mhm.
Okay, so is there any other considerations? I think there's a couple more that you and I were talking about.
Yeah, so taxes is a big one. So Social
Mhm.
Security benefits can be taxed depending on your total income. If you're still working or have other income streams, part of your Social Security benefit might be subject to taxation. So it's important to consider how this fits into your overall tax strategy. And honestly, the last thing to consider is other retirement assets. So if you have IRAs or 401ks, you might want to use those funds first to delay Social Security and maximize your benefit down the road. But these are considerations, that are all covered in work that we do with our clients who are making this kind of decision.
Yep. And I just had this conversation last night with a client. Benefit, we mentioned this earlier, goes up 8% every year that you wait. You're not guaranteed necessarily to get 8% return in the markets. That isn't a guarantee. And so that can be a compelling reason to maybe put off taking the Social Security and maybe drawing on other things to help that to grow.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you quickly explain how spousal and survivor benefits work? Go a little bit deeper here for us on this. We don't have time today to cover that in depth, but just on a high level.
Yeah, we can go on for days for this one.
Yeah.
But spousal benefits allow one spouse to receive up to 50% of the other's spouse's Social Security. This is especially important if one spouse earns significantly less over time. So survivor benefits kick in when one spouse passes away, allowing the surviving spouse to collect the higher of their own benefit or the deceased's spouse's benefit.
Yep.
So it often makes sense for the higher earning spouse to delay their benefits to increase the amount available for the surviving spouse down the road. If anything were to happen.
That's a good tactic. And we talked a little bit about this because one of the considerations we said earlier was taxes, but how can Social Security affect your taxes? Or, lots of people are surprised by this. So like, wait a minute, my benefit is taxable? What's up with that? So maybe talk about that a little bit.
This one's my favorite. So depending on your overall income, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be taxable. Now, that doesn't mean it's being taxed 85%. It just means 85% of those benefits could be included in your taxable income at whatever your effective tax rate is. For example, if you're earning income from a job or withdrawing significant amounts from retirement accounts, that could push more of your Social Security into that taxable range.
Right. Yep. Okay. And we're getting pretty close to the end. So any final tips for those approaching Social Security filing age?
The biggest takeaway is that not one size fits all. So it depends on, each specific client's personal health, financial needs, long-term goals. If you're unsure, working with us or other professionals can help you weigh all the options to make the best decision for your specific situation. We sit with clients and we'll log into ssa.gov just to help them navigate and make it a little bit easier. But it's not a one size fits all situation.
Okay. Awesome. Well, that's a wrap for today. Good Q&A on Social Security basics and filing considerations. Thanks everybody for joining us. If you're nearing retirement or want to dive deeper into your Social Security strategy, what's right for you, feel free to reach out at www.lpfadvisors.com or email us at info@lpfadvisors.com. And please consider subscribing to the channel where we hope to make you more confident in your financial picture one show at a time. Be well and take care. Thanks, Collin.
Thank you. Take care.
You've been listening to the Confident Retirement Podcast with Kris and Mark from LPF Advisors. For more information on them and retiring confidently, please visit lpfadvisors.com. If your ears are pleased and your mind is now at ease, do share the program with your friends and subscribe wherever podcasts are found.